Open field. First move, computer 1. Draw card. Begin duel. Computer 1, mana charge. Computer 2, draw card. Mana charge. Computer 1.
This is what we've come to expect from Biolith decks, isn't it?
Mana charge.
Banking mana at the beginning.
Computer 2.
This is round 1 of the set 2 Biolith deck,
Mana
and
charge.
yep, I say this is very typical.
Computer 1, draw card.
There's to just bank all the mana because everything in here is a bit more expensive than usual,
Mana release.
and then you usually get a 1 cost that's played.
Summon.
Of course, it's Card Runner Marauder, the classic start for set 2. We're going to bank all this mana and then just like, nah, have a 1 cost. It's fine.
Mana charge. Mana release.
Well, at least they're more set up for anything else. This is probably a Flame Novice. Flame Novice adds 1 to its attack half the time, of course.
Computer 1, draw card. Mana charge. Mana release.
Ooh, feeling adventurous. Spending 2 mana. A Blade Dancer, magic creature. If it attacks a creature but does not destroy it, rotate that creature by 180 degrees.
Let me hear you scream.
Slap to you for 1 damage. And you're facing off the board. Unfortunate.
Computer 2, draw card.
Bit of shame if something were to happen to it.
Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Dwarf Sniper! Enemies on the 2 fields in front of Dwarf Sniper cannot dodge. Not really going to be a problem. I don't think we have it in this deck.
Unlock.
And the lock is off, so
Computer 1,
bring on the big beastie machines.
mana charge.
Or as a lot of these games tend to
Mana
be,
release.
let's not bring on big beastie machines, let's just use all the weaklings. Unless you've got a terraformer and the middle space is open. And chaos can ensue. Terraformer attacks its target for 1. And then of course it swaps the field it stood on with the one that the opponent stood on. Those dwarves are earth element, opposite of wood element, so they lose 2 health and die.
Computer 2, draw card. Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Here comes another Plague Dancer. I assume this is going to spin the Cloud Runner Marauders, seeing as there's no point in spinning the other 2.
Attack.
And it does. If you spin the Terraformer or the Plague Dancer, they'll still perform exactly how they did. There's just no point. At least these lads are now facing off the board and are now just as useless as the Flame Novice.
Computer 1, draw card. Mana
Well, they're not
charge.
really the problem. The problem is the big bugger in the middle.
Computer 2, draw card.
Computer 1 passes its
Mana
turn,
charge.
gives Computer 2 a chance to catch up.
Mana release.
Advantage still with Computer 1 now.
Summon.
Biolith War Chariot. It's a tank, sir. It's a 3 tank, sir. I don't remember what this tank does, sir. Ah! This is the plus damage one. When Biolith War Chariot attacks a creature whose summoning cost is 4 or more, it adds 2 to its attack. As it normally hits for 2, it's hitting for 4 there. 2 of you are dead, sir.
Mana charge.
It's a minor
Mana
shame,
charge.
sir. And just like that, advantage, Computer 2.
Computer 1. Draw card. Mana charge. Mana release.
Gonna answer back with a big boy. You shoot me with a tank, sir. I do it back, sir.
Attack.
Oh, yes. Your tank costs 4 or more to summon. Therefore, get wrecked, sir. The tank is very happy about that, and rightly so.
Mana charge. Computer 2. Draw card. Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Advantage still with Computer 2, though. It brings out a Flailmonger.
Computer 1. Draw card.
Ooh. You add 2 to the summoning cost of enemies that summon within the 2 fields in front of Flailmonger, so it's cost more to summon in front of it. What you could do, I could do as well. Unfortunately, that ability is not going to go off because those 2 fields are already occupied.
Attack.
And it just punishes them for the fun of it. But down goes the Flame Novice because his blind spot was facing that way.
Computer 2. Draw card. Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
There's our swordsman. Weaklings, for the most part. They have blind spots on all sides, but they do hit for 2. And they are very cheap.
This is it.
Computer 1.
I'm taking the Flailmonger down to 2.
Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Flame Novice returns.
I'm afraid that won't work.
Although now it's under Computer 1's control. Will it activate? No. 50% of the time it would double its attack, but it's just hitting for 1. Had the chance to take out that Flailmonger. Oh, no it didn't. Would have had the chance to reduce it to 1. My bad.
Draw card.
Check for Computer 1, Computer 2 must kill.
Mana release.
It either has the Plague Dancer or the Flailmonger to go for. It's going to go for the Plague Dancer, because it's the only one it can really get to.
Attack.
As our swordsman will do it, they hit for 2.
This is it.
However, because they have blind spots on all sides, they only have 1 health, unbuffed, they're going to die. Horribly. And painfully. Oh yes, sir.
Check. Computer 1. Draw card.
Computer 2, check. Computer 1 must kill. As I say, those
Mana
swordsmen in the
release.
middle are going to suffer horribly.
Summon.
Dwarf Sniper.
Blood. I smell blood.
Attack.
Activation cost for those dwarves has been increased by 1 because they have summoned next to the Plague Dancer. Down goes the swordsman.
I did it. Look.
Mana charge. Check. Computer 2. Draw
Check for
card.
Computer 1. Computer 2 must
Mana
kill.
charge.
Not easy now.
Mana release. Attack.
Though we do have these swordsmen. They take down the Flailmonger. was me personally,
Mana charge.
I would now summon into that space, just because it's now blocked into the corner and it's harder to get to.
Mana release.
And he does so.
Summon.
Out comes the Cloud Runner Marauder. Facing the mighty tank, sir, so it is going to take a spear in the side. Not going to be too bothered about this, it is a tanky boy. Literally, it's a tank. Now, Computer 2 is in check.
Computer 1. Draw card.
There is a blind spot on those where's our swordsman facing the centre space, so you could exploit that.
Mana release.
That Flailmonger only has 2 health, so if you can hit for 2, you can take it out, which indeed is happening.
Attack.
Did have to pay an extra 2 to the summoning cost for these Vezar swordsmen though, because they've summoned in front of the Flailmonger. You must pay the price. And the price was apparently worth it. Advantage Computer 1. However, just like last time, you've got to pair some Vezar swordsmen in the middle, which are just on 1 health, so
Draw card.
they're not going to last long.
Mana charge.
Especially when you got 10 mana and you got a Biolith deck.
Summon.
Ooh, and you have that.
Attack.
Oh, interesting. Terraformer's going to attack the Flame Novice. 1 damage to you, sir. And I'm going to swap fields with you. Flame Novice no longer stood on fire, so it's going to lose the 2 health bonus it had.
Mana charge.
Much more difficult for Computer 1 to get out of.
Check. Computer 1. Draw card.
Weakest creature is the
Mana charge.
Marauders, but they're comfortably in a corner. Out comes a spell. Seize Command. Choose 1 allied creature that you can activate to attack. Target creature attacks without paying the summoning cost.
Attack.
So Seize Command costs 3 to activate. And activating the tank would cost 4, so is essentially saving 1 mana. To do that. 2 standard damage, but there's a blind spot on all sides except the front of the swordsman, so bonus damage. And down they go.
Mana release.
Summoning back into this top corner. Elven Soul Hunter.
I still have much bigger.
Range creature.
Attack.
I can never remember what she does. I know I virtually say that every time that she comes out, but I just can't. If she's destroyed on a non-wood field, take any 1 creature from your graveyard with 3 or less summoning cost that is not an Elven Soul Hunter or an ultra rare, and shuffle it into your library.
Draw card.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Mana charge.
Check for Computer 1, Computer 2 must
Mana
kill.
release.
I figured this might happen. Terraformer's just going to attack the Soul Hunter. She only has 1 health as standard, and she's got 2 from being stood on a wood field. She's now taken 1 damage, and she's no longer stood on wood. She's stood on fire. Goodbye.
Mana charge. Graveyard to library.
Now because she's not died on
Library.
a wood field, you can activate her ability, and a Flailmonger has now been retrieved from the graveyard and shuffled back into the deck.
Mana release. Summon.
And out comes a Flame Novice. Back where the original Flame Novice was.
Attack.
No activation for him, so he's only hitting for 1. It is worth noting Computer 2 did have the chance to take 2 creatures out there and just get rid of the swordsman in the middle, but it's keeping them alive for the moment.
Mana charge.
Perhaps there's just another way out if it gets behind.
Attack.
Those swordsmen in the meanwhile are going to start their assault. 2 damage to a terraformer. He will take 1 more attack from these before he dies. But he's going to swap fields with them. And hit them for 1. And they're dead.
Mana charge.
They would have been dead anyway because they are earth creatures and they would have now been stood on wood.
Mana release.
So they killed themselves. Out comes tree foxes. Creature in front of tree foxes is rotated 180 degrees. Well, that worked out well. They're now stood on a home field. And they hit a blind spot, so bonus damage for them. Down goes the terraformer.
Mana charge.
There is a second terraformer in the deck,
Draw card.
so we could bring it back.
Mana charge. Mana release.
Well, we're not going to do that yet.
Summon.
Out comes Behemoth. Will it transform? It does! Becomes Big Doggo. Big Doggo. Its attack changes to hit in front of it and either side, and it gains +2 to its attack. Oh dear. Prepare to be incinerated. 3 damage to the tank, 3 damage to the tree foxes, plus the bonus damage for hitting a blind spot.
Mana charge.
Oh boy, that hurt. Well, the field is opened up a little bit somewhat, so check for computer 2. Computer 1 must kill.
Draw card.
Can now get at the weaker marauders,
Charge.
who were hidden in the corner.
Summon.
Ooh, and we're going for a behemoth. Well, it's going to immediately lose health. Nope, it's going to transform first. So, its attack changes, its attack power increases, and then it's going to lose 2 health because it stood on water.
Attack.
I wasn't sure whether that would activate before the transform or not. But either way, they take 3 damage. He takes 3 damage. Doggo reigns supreme, even though it now only has 1
Mana
health.
charge. Mana charge.
Good job it did actually transform, because if it didn't,
Computer 2.
it would have just been sat there as a popper on 1 HP and not attacking anything. Ooh,
Mana release.
that could have been awkward. Ooh.
Summon.
Now comes Flailmonger. Summoning cost increased by 2 for the 2 fields in front of it. And it's going to punch the dog. The 1 health. Goodbye.
Mana charge.
Although you probably did get your money's worth out of it.
Computer
Paid 3
1.
mana for it, it took out 2
Draw card.
creatures. Yeah, I think you got your money's
Mana
worth from it.
charge. Mana release. Summon.
More Flailmongers, you say? We have more. Not really sure that there's many left.
Draw card.
I think that's all 4 by now.
Mana release. Summon.
Archiver. We don't see Archiver very often.
Check. Computer
The
1.
adjacent field in front of Archiver is also treated as a Biolith field. Each time an allied creature is summoned,
Mana release.
another allied creature of the same element as the summoned creature gains 1 HP.
Attack.
Well, I'm going to attack up this lane.
Scratch my
No kills. Doggo will counter. Doggo is extremely angry.
Mana release.
Computer 1 is needing to kill here.
Summon.
Tanks, sir. We have more tanks, sir.
Attack.
Oh, that poor dog's going to get shot in the side for 4. Ooh. It could have just been shot for 2, but... Oh dear.
Mana charge.
Now, normally the +2 wouldn't happen on that situation there, because the Behemoth only costs 3 to summon.
Draw card.
But because it's in front of the Flailmonger in the bottom left, its summoning cost was increased by 2, so it met that threshold.
Summon.
I wasn't actually sure that that could occur. Turns out it can. Revenge, sir! Out comes tank, sir.
Attack.
+1 health because of the Archiver. And those 2 creatures. And you're going to get shot for a lot of damage, sir. And you. Oof. Many machines have died today. Summoning cost reduced on those 2 spaces.
Mana charge. Mana charge.
And most of the mana has now been spent. We were at 10 mana each, virtually, and now we're down to
Check.
3.
Computer 1. Draw card. Mana charge.
This is a spell. Holy Altar. Both players gain mana equal to the number of enemies on the board. So Computer 2 is going to gain 1 mana. Computer 1 is going to gain 4. Ugh. That's a spicy meatball.
Release.
But Computer 1 does need to kill.
Summon.
Biolith Centurion.
Attack.
Going to attack the Archiver. It's going to have a big job of it, seeing as it only hits for 1. Slap. And the mini octopus is really not bothered.
Computer 2. Draw
Computer 2
card.
just needs to summon to take the game
Mana charge. Mana release.
and not screw it up.
Summon.
And Tree Foxes are going to do that. And just to add insult to injury, rotate the dwarves. Bonus health for the Plague Dancer due to the Archiver,
Attack.
because the summoned creature is a wood creature. And I'm going to hit you in the back, sir. So that's bonus damage. And you're dead, sir. Round 1 goes to Computer 2.
Mana charge.
GG.
Computer 2 wins.